Why Newcastle United will win the Premier League next season. When the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund acquired Newcastle United in 2021, it became evident that the club from the northeast of England would once again become a force to be reckoned with. However, there was much speculation regarding how they would climb to the top. Would they follow the frivolous spending of Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain, or opt for a more restrained approach? Eddie Howe has been in charge of Newcastle United for just over a year and a half, and during this time, he has overseen a complete overhaul of the team that was fighting against relegation the season prior. Despite many pundits predicting another difficult season for the Geordie club, Howe's leadership has transformed them into a side that currently sits in third place in the Premier League with just 9 games to go. Transfer strategy. Following the PIF takeover, it was widely anticipated that the Magpies would begin to spend frivolously to fast-track their way to the top of the Premier League. Despite the anticipation of Manchester City-style spending spree in January, one industry expert outlined that Newcastle has a clear strategy in mind and intended to replicate a successful club model come RB Leipzig, rather than engage in directionless and unplanned spending. Speaking to Express Sport, the insider said, "The next few months will be crazy, I can tell you. Players will be offered to the club virtually every day, and others will play the game and use their name to secure big contracts." More cash for the players and agents. From what I hear and know, Newcastle do not want to just throw all their money at big names. They have a strategy and a plan to sign younger, talented players and invest smartly in some experience. I think that's clever. And the insider has been proven correct, as the club has made significant signings over the last 12 months in the form of Bruno Guimaraes, Kieran Tripper, Dan Burn, Nick Pope, Sven Botman, and Alexander Isak, to name a few. They've taken the team to the next level and given the current players a new lease on life, including Miguel Almiron, Joelinton, and Alan St. Maximum. It appears that Newcastle's days of making panic signings, such as Islam Slimani, Nabil Betalab, Shefki Kuki, Henry Savitt, and Stephen Ireland, are now in the past, especially since the club are now planning for the long term. One potential transfer target is Real Valladolid's promising right-back Ivan Fresneda, who caught the eye during a recent match against Real Madrid. Despite being up against Vinicius Jr., Fresneda performed well, and the scouting continued during his team's narrow loss to Real Mallorca the following Sunday. Another prospect that Newcastle is interested in is Borussia Dortmund's young star, Youssoufa Moukoko. Although the teenager has recently renewed his contract with the Black and Yellows, the Magpies are still keeping tabs on the striker. Additionally, Newcastle United have recently loaned Australian sensation Garang Kuol to Scottish Premiership team Hearts on a season-long loan, showing a clear vision for the future. One sighting that has definitely gone under the radar, however, is Eddie Howe. Although the English manager has been granted huge funds by Newcastle's new owners, it is still remarkable how quickly he has transformed the team into a genuine top 4 contender. They possess the ability to challenge any opponent in all areas of the field, having already achieved favorable results against teams such as Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester United, Chelsea, and City. But how have the club's fortunes changed so quickly? Attacking mentality. Miguel Almiron's form has vastly improved this season compared to the previous 2, during which he only scored 8 league goals. However, at the midpoint of the current season, he has already scored 9 goals, playing as the right side forward in Eddie Howe's 4-3-3 formation. He uses his acceleration efficiently, especially from a stationary position, and has improved his ball control while running at pace. This allows him to cut inside onto his stronger left foot and exploit the infield space with his wide position, creating opportunities for right-back Kieran Tripper to advance and provide crosses in the final third. Sean Longstaff, who plays as the right-sided central midfielder, supports Almiron's movements with energetic and forward runs through the inside channel, creating space and opportunities for Tripper and Almiron. Longstaff's movements are used to the advantage of both Tripper and Almiron, as they draw defenders away from the center of the pitch. Meanwhile, Almiron's ability to make intelligent runs off the ball and position himself in space has been key to his success this season. As Newcastle build their attack down the left, Wilcock and Longstaff join the striker in the box, while Joelinton and Tripper provide width on either flank, leaving Almiron free to roam into dangerous central positions. Almiron's remarkable form this season has been instrumental in Newcastle's strong performance, as he has created scoring opportunities and scored important goals. In Eddie Howe's 4-3-3 system, Bruno Guimaraes operates as a solo pivot but has the flexibility to drop back in the defensive line or widen during the build-up. As right back Kieran Tripper pushes forward to take up an attacking position, Newcastle temporarily shift to a back three of Dan Burn, Fabian Schär, and Sven Botman, creating more space for Guimaraes to drop back and receive the ball. While controlling the ball with the sole of his foot can sometimes slow down play, Guimaraes uses the change of pace to his advantage by quickly turning away from pressure in any direction once his foot is on top of the ball. Sean Longstaff occasionally drops back to form a double pivot alongside Guimaraes to provide extra defensive support in the center of the pitch. This could create a 3-2-5 shape in possession. Guimaraes has shown an impressive ability to receive the ball facing forward, even under tight marking, and has the vision and passing range to find runners in behind and break lines centrally. This has enabled Howe to establish his preferred style of play, building patiently through the thirds, but looking to penetrate in behind as soon as an opportunity arises. Guimaraes has quickly become a crucial player in Newcastle's build-up play. Defensive stability. Even Newcastle's defensive intensity has undergone a significant transformation in the last season. In the previous 2 seasons, they ranked at the bottom of the Premier League for defensive intensity, meaning they tended to sit back and defend rather than press aggressively. However, in Eddie Howe's first full season in charge, they have moved up to 4th in the league for this statistic. This reflects their more proactive approach to defending, which involves pressing high up the pitch and quickly winning the ball back after losing it. Despite maintaining around 50% possession, Newcastle have been successful in maintaining their high intensity, which is especially notable in their quick response to losing the ball, particularly in the middle third of the pitch. Although they generally have a higher defensive line, they also employ a low block when needed. When pressing, Newcastle aim to force their opponents towards the touchline, where players such as Joelinton and Almiron aggressively pressure the ball carrier to try to regain possession. The number 8s and center forward discourage short passes, and Guimaraes often challenges for any reverse ball back into the middle of the pitch. The defense then steps forward to make interceptions once a pass is made towards a forward, locking the position in their own half and reducing the frequency with which Newcastle has to fall back into a low block. This is a sign of their overall strength as a team. Newcastle's defensive record in the 2022-2023 season has been exceptional, conceding only 11 goals in the first 19 games. Manager Eddie Howe has implemented a defensive strategy that includes using a low block when defending for long periods, as well as increasing aggression further up the pitch. In games where they've had less than 45% possession, they have often relied on defending deeper to secure a win or a draw. To protect the fullbacks, the wingers have played an important role in pressing back. This means that the fullbacks can stay closer to the center backs. And if the opposition commits their fullbacks high up the pitch, Newcastle are equipped to handle 2-on-2 battles in the wide areas. Even when crosses come in, the center backs, including converted center back Burn and Tripper, cover the back post effectively. Newcastle's central midfielders set up in a flat 3, with the outside central midfielders free to press into the inside channel or help the fullbacks. This allows the wingers to stay in the higher pitch, making them more of a threat on the counter-attack. As a result, Newcastle United have emerged as one of the Premier League's dark horses under the management of Eddie Howe. Despite many predictions that the club would engage in frivolous spending after the PIF takeover, Newcastle has opted for a more restrained approach, signing younger, talented players and investing smartly in experience. This transfer strategy has transformed the team and given the current players a new lease on life. Under Eddie Howe's leadership, the team has adopted an attacking mentality, with Miguel Almiron playing as a key role on the right side of the forward line. Along with Sean Longstaff's energetic runs, Almiron's ability to make intelligent runs off the ball and position himself in space has been key to his success this season. The team's ability to challenge any opponent in all areas of the field has made them a genuine top 4 contender. While Newcastle still has a long way to go, their transformation into a competitive side in such a short time is remarkable, and the future looks bright for the club. How long until they win their first Premier League title? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for in-depth football analysis.